to you alone, or if this is a particular trend?
Yeah, that outburst. That's what I'm about to explain that.
Yes.
Yes, so many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth. And the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ikot Ekpene. We were in his house in Ikot Ekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just 3 of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from us. Like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, "Do you like my house?" I said, "Of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste." He said, "Now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it." At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me, and the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, "Oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel." He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, you know, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate President's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in Ikot Ekpene. And my husband asked me, "Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What was he telling you?" I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. When we laid in bed, I lay to my right, and my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he said, "My love, you know you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate President tell you?" Again, I was like, "Don't you believe me?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy." Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate President's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, you know, after office to like get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end. But then, in February, I wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of corrupt practice in Ajakuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, "Oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it." Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before my motion is taken, the time will be well spent. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. And I said, "Senate President, you know how important this Ajakuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it." I was like, "Sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed." Then it was listed the 3rd time and stepped down. He then said, "Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale through? I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Pemi. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to laugh. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate President traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate President in London and pleaded with him, let my wife take this motion on Ajakuta. That is very important to her.
Okay. All right, Senator Natasha.
Said, okay, that he did not take it because he was protecting me. Hold on, please. He didn't take it because he was protecting me. Protecting me from what? Anyway, at the time my demotion was taken, it was the Deputy Senate President, His Excellency Barrow, that actually sat. The Senate President stood up and walked out. So it was Senator Barrow that actually took it.
All right, Senator Natasha.
And from there, many other incidents happened.
Yes, Senator
let's
Natasha.
Talk about the nightclub.
Yes.
Hold on, let's talk about the nightclub incident.
Professor Kila is going to ask you a question. I'm so sorry to have to interject here, but I just want to mention that, and I'm glad you gave the caveat at the beginning of your statement, that this is your side of the story, and the Senate President has the right to defend himself or to counter what happened between you privately. So what I assume, or for what you're saying, is that what happened last week Thursday began from a private conversation, and then you have felt like you've been maligned as a result of you not agreeing to certain propositions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
what has happened? You know the story of when a student keeps being failed.
Yes.
Please, let me say this, Ayo. You know the situation we see in universities whereby a student is continuously being failed just because she has not slept with the lecturer. That's what I've been facing, in simple terms.
Thank you. Professor Kila.
That is what I have been going through.
Thank you very much,
and
Professor Kila.
Now, moving to...
Hello, my people. Now, welcome back to Ninja Pitching. And we don't back again. So, we don't come back. This issue between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha now, the truth behind the issue now has finally come out. So according to Senator Natasha now, Natasha now, for inside this video, and I don't hear when she talk and say, okay, now because she refused to sleep with Akpabio, that's why Akpabio hit her or something like that. Although wait till we want here now, it don't they come out for inside this government, because this government now is getting out of hand. If not, how can a senator, a senate president for that matter, be asking his fellow colleague to sleep with him? Does that make any sense? It does not. It does not make any sense. Although we don't know the truth about all this matter. Now, Natasha part of the story now we don't hear. We never hear from Akpabio to hear how everything starts, because this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. We know what they can do. So that is why I am even judging by what Senator Natasha said. You understand? Because now Nigeria we know how our politicians they rule. I don't know if we say we did against them, but we know the kind of person where we see they be. So not only person where we see that they benefit from, now that person now like they enjoy them. You understand? So now politicians be, even some offices now where we say we know normally for inside this country itself, like get some people where we see some masters, like where we see they ask their workers like to sleep with them, if not they go quit the job. You understand? So all these things where we say we dey see for Nollywood, no be saying a fake stuff. We dey see am normally, we dey see am for reality. So all these things no be new, na be for us. So we know we say wetin Natasha talk na like she lie, that one, this one. Even as some people they talk say na so women they normally. Even as some people they talk that one, me normally I know say okay. Nobody go one fail when it comes to judgment. So all these things, me I know if you say na lie, because Natasha and nobody don't ever like come the way Like Natasha and nobody don't ever quarrel the way Natasha and this Akpabio, they always quarrel back to back, because if you no get anything we be say like a gay between them, all this issue no good day. You understand? Something must behind all this issue, and all this thing now we like and based on say the way they come out on the camera. If to all this thing we be say they happen now, if you say no they come out on camera now, okay, maybe therefore they try cover up. But my own issue with wetin Natasha do be say, okay, if issue like that is happening, if something like that happen, why didn't she inform her husband when everything started? She did not inform her husband, and now that everything like has been revealed, she's now turning she's now like this one wey she dey talk now why some people now they talk am say na like she dey like. If to say like when this thing the first day wey be say this thing happen between them privately, if to say she talk am out, all this thing if for no dey and people for believe wetin she dey talk. But now wey be say na after this thing don happen between two of them, now na she come dey talk am, dey put am say okay because say he ask am out she no gree, that's why this one dey do am dey hit am. So we never still understand all this thing wey be say e dey go on. So make all of una now, make una wey be woman and una wey be man, make una use all this thing wey be say e dey happen, una go use am learn lesson, because all this thing wey be say e dey happen, to say Natasha talk am earlier, all this thing people for dey her back 100%, but now even as some people like are supporting her, some people are still doubting, because this thing, if you say the first time we be say all this thing dey start, she dey talk am, all this thing for no dey. And for you Akpabio, their own, you know say normally Nigerians no just like you normally, so because of the way you dey do wetin you dey do no dey good, so Nigerians no like you. We no like you, make I know say Nigerians we no like you, because now you be the worst Senate president wey be say we don't know for this one inside this country in history of a Senate president. Now you Akpabio, now you be the worst. Even all this issue wey be say dey happen, you and this person don't get the same similar issue. Why not only you and women, this one that one, they always get issue every time? Make una dey calm down for all this thing. Make this country, make God bless this country, man. This country now na country we be saying suppose dey calm. Nigeria na big country we be say good things suppose dey come out, but una don turn this country to war. Everything war every time. Person no go fit just rest. Sometimes at times politician, this one that one, especially politician wey be say they suppose dey control. They suppose get control over this country. Now them be the issue we be say na this country called Nigeria get. Even this girl wey be say una dey see for my screen, e get wetin she talk about Natasha and get how she take put her own. Although me I like wetin she talk for some parts, based on say she was trying to correct Natasha. So although you wey dey hear me now, we go like make you drop your own opinions about this matter for inside comment section. And also, if na today be the first time wey be say dey come across Naija Pidgin channel, abeg make you like our video, make you share, and make you subscribe to our channel, so that anytime wey we drop any ogbonge update for this channel, na you go be the first person wey be say they go notify. Thank you.
I stand with Natasha. We have to bring out certain truth. Natasha was so unruly on that Arise News interview. As a woman of substance, the first thing you have to master is patience. 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 You are holding a very sensitive position, and you stand as a role model for thousands of young ladies out there. You need to master patience and speak less in certain situations. You don't have to throw all your words out. You don't have to let your opponent or anybody know every single thing. Even on the Arise interview, they were trying to even tell her that, they have to be mindful of time and all of those things. But she was going on and on. You are holding a very sensitive position. You need to master patience. Yes, I stand with you because you are a senator that delivers to our people. Senator Natasha delivered to her people. But now, concerning what is going on between herself and Senator Akpabio, why didn't she tell her husband that night? Why didn't Senator Natasha tell her husband that night that Senator Akpabio was acting her out? She should have dragged her husband into the conversation right there. I didn't mean she told her husband this whole thing would not have gotten to this level. But for the fact that she was quiet, she didn't say anything, gave allegedly Senator Akpabio the impression that she might change her mind. But if she had told her husband that night, they should have even left. And she was saying that she didn't want to speak because the following day was her birthday. Now, birthday matter be the matter we dey for ground. We are talking about a very sensitive issue. You are talking about birthday. She should have told her husband. Her husband would have handled the whole situation. Either speak to Senator Akpabio or guide her on what to do. And they should have even left the venue right there. That will send a very strong message to Senator Akpabio never to trespass. But for the fact that she was quiet, she gave him an upper hand and gave him an impression that, oh, tomorrow I might change my mind. Yes, I still stand with her, with Senator Natasha, but we have to be factual in everything. Now Nigerians are asking for evidence, that she needs to prove her evidence. Our person wanted to prove evidence, say, I won't sleep with you, I no won't sleep with you. Obviously, she never knew this type of conversation was going to happen. At least she would have recorded. And to Senator Akpabio, I don't like the way Senator Akpabio has been handling this 10th assembly. I have said this over and over again. And to me, I think at this point, I am, without missing words, it is safe to say that Senator Akpabio is the worst Senate president in Nigeria. Yes, it might be diplomatic in some situations. Even aside from Natasha, I don't like the way he has been going about this 10th assembly. I do not like it at all. There is no professionalism. He handles things as if he's in his living room. It is uncalled for. And